Okay, so in the last class we have seen like why multiple when conditions are required because we have two different inputs and you want to search accordingly and you are looking for only student ID for the same. So that's where we have used this concept, guys. Fine. So let's move on further. So let's try to understand more. Right. So we'll talk about something called as what now search all, guys. Search all. So we have seen something called as what search. So where we have seen some when conditions and all. So we have given. So we have taken multiple when conditions here, right? Now, so let me remove this part. So can I make it something called as what search all here? So we have seen why we are setting the index to one as well. Hope you remember. So why we are setting this index to one, right? So let me copy this example. Let me copy this example. So let me paste it over here. Fine. So here we are setting the index to one. So we have understood that why we are setting. So otherwise it was not able to found. It was not able to found. For example, I have given like 104 and then I'm looking for what 101. So in this case, only first one will be found. Um, yeah, so if I'm setting the index to one, so then it will find. But whereas if I'm just commenting this line, so definitely you can say enter student ID is not available because first 104 is getting searched and then 101. So as it is a sequential search, you cannot perform both at a time. So now, so let me remove this. Let me remove this. Now let us try to modify this with the help of what is search all. So instead of search, what I did, I made it as what search all. So in so is that sufficient or you have to do something else also, guys? So we have to mention whenever we are performing search all activity. So we have to maintain definitely the key, guys. So we have to maintain something called as a key. So the thing is like what is the key and all. So we have to maintain at the time of declaring. So what we have to do? Students occurs 5 times. Index by count we have given. We have given something called index by count. But here you have to also mention something called as what ascending key is. Ascending key is, so I will give something called as what SID. I will give ascending key as what SID in this case, guys. So this is the syntax of search all. So whenever you are using a search all, it is mandatory to mention something called as what ascending key, and you have to say that SID is in ascending way or not. See 101, 102, 103, and it is in ascending order. So the reason you have to just add the syntaxes here. Now see what happened. There is no index set index to one here. Still. So definitely you can able to find the results. Hope you understood now. Right. So in search all, no need to set the index to one. So because it will perform a search, it's like a binary search. So what exactly the binary search means is, we'll try to understand with a small example. So let me
Muted.
Student ID not found. Happens. What you will get? Student ID not found. Even though the 103 is available, still it is saying it is not available. Let me use something known as 105. So it will say what? Not found.
Muted.
In ascending order, or the input should be either in descending order. Then only it will work as expected. If the records are not with respect to order of SID or either in ascending or descending, it will not work as expected. So hope you are understanding. For example, see, let me give 105 and let me give something else 104. Let me give 103 and let me make it 102 and let me make it 101. Fine. So now the things are in descending order. So you have to change here. Yeah. So if I execute it, will it work? Working, right? So 105 working, 104. So definitely it will work. There will be no problem. So as you have changed this key are in ascending order or descending order, it will definitely work as expected. So hope you understood. So why exactly search and search all? So search and search all is for what? Searching the data inside an array, right? For finding for a particular record, and in search, setting the index to 1 is mandatory, whereas in search all is not, because search is a linear search, search all is a binary search, and so in search all the records should be in ascending order or descending order. We have to give something called as what descending key is at the time of declaration or ascending key is at the time of declaration, whereas for search no need to give key concept, and multiple when conditions are allowed. Here only single when condition allowed. So these are the simple differences between search and search all, guys. Hope you are understanding. When you will prefer search, guys, when the table is small, you will go with search, whereas in search all, so table should be large. But for example, if the records are not in sorted order, there is no option. You have to go with search only, even the table is large. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing I just want to show. Yeah. So one more thing I just want to show you is like here, even you can use something called as what? Greater than also. Here you can use something called as what? Greater than also in the case of search. So you can use greater than, less than, not equal to. All these things are possible. So with respect to this, now see what happened. I'm giving 104 as an input, but you are getting what? Rakesh as an output. Rakesh means what? 105. So that means what? It is printing more than 104. Here I'm giving like 101. So which is nothing but Naresh Kumar, but you are getting what? Naresh Saxena. Reason behind this, I'm giving something else what? Greater. I'm giving something else greater. Now let's suppose say I'm giving less than. So all these things are possible. Less than are equal to, or I'm giving like 109, which is not at all available. I'm giving something else what? 107. Okay. So now what happened? So definitely it will find for a particular record. So which is nothing but Naresh Kumar, Naresh Kumar. So Naresh Kumar, so it's definitely in the first case itself, this condition was true. In the first case itself, the condition was true. So that's where, so it is getting terminated, and we are getting the displays, guys. Hope you are understanding. Equal, not equal, less than, greater than, all these things we can apply in search, whereas in search all, only equal to condition is allowed, guys. Only in search all, only equal to condition is allowed. Hope the concept is clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So this is the difference between search and search all. So please, so come up with your questions if you have anything. Right. Fine. So let us understand, okay, subprogramming and main programming concept. Hope you know this. You know what is
Muted.
fine? Not a big deal. So let me. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, call by reference is a formal parameters are changed into actual parameters, and the call by content is the formal parameters are changed into the actual parameter, but will not change because actual parameters and formal parameters will be using different memory space.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, sir. When you pass values by copying variables.
Yes, Priya. Continue.
Yes, sir. When you pass values, some copying variables is called call by values.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Saiteja, you were saying something?
That address of variables.
The subprograms will affect the main program. By context means it will not. It will not change anything in this main program.
Okay. Fine. I hope everybody are comfortable with mainframe environment, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So actually, see, I will explain this in this only, but in mainframe environment, you will write differently. But so let us try to understand the concepts are same. So I'm trying to explain you. Fine. So for example, see, initially, so we will see something like how to call a subprogram, guys. How to call a subprogram. So we'll go with step by step. We will go with step by step. So what happens? See, I'm writing something called as procedure division, right? And I'm writing something called as display. Display. Okay, main program, guys. I'm giving something called as what? Main program. So I'm displaying that, and I'm calling something called as what? Subprogram, guys. I'm calling something called as what? Subprogram. So I'm again displaying something called as what? After calling subprogram. After calling subprogram, then so in general, so here, so we are giving a stop run. So but so we have to give something called as what? End program in the compiler, guys. Okay, in this compiler, not in mainframe environment. Okay. Fine. So here I'm writing something called as what? Notification division. Fine. So here I'm writing something called as what? Program ID. I'm writing something called a subprogram. So here again I'm writing what? Procedure division, guys. I'm writing what? Procedure division. Writing something also display sub pgm. And that's it. I don't want to write anything. I'm writing something called a stop run. Clear? So let us see if I'm missing any syntax. Let's work on that. Yeah, it is working,
That is
right?
subprogram will write end program.
No, not required.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, see, so this is the compiler, right? Because we are writing everything in a single page. That's the reason this end program is mentioning is required. Otherwise, not required. Okay. So it is like stopping of the previous program, a new program is started. That is what we are saying to a compiler. But in general, in a mainframe environment, you will write two programs in a different PDFs, right? So try to understand in the same way. So this is just for your information. So we are just learning the concepts, guys. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
So what we are doing now, see, we are getting a display main program, and also we are getting a display called as what? Subprogram, but you are not getting the display what we have written below the call statement. Below the call statement. Why, guys? Because I have given what? Stop run. What I have given here?
Stop run.
Run. So that means what? What happened? First of all, it is displaying the main program, and then it is going to a subprogram. It is going to a subprogram and again displaying this. And then what we did? Stop run. So what happened? It is stop executing the program and the program is terminated. All the programs has been terminated. To avoid this, what we have to give, guys? You have to give something else. What? Go back here. What we have to give? Go back. So if I give go back, what happens? It will display after calling subprogram also. So in this case, what happened? First of all, the main program has been displayed, and then subprogram has been displayed, and then it is going back to a previous program where exactly it is called, and it is executing the line which is after a call statement. Hope you're understanding.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Fine. So this is with respect to what? Main program and subprogram. This way, this is the simple way of calling. This is the simple way of calling main program and subprogram. Let us apply some modification. Now, my requirement is to like pass the values from main program to subprogram. So what my requirement, guys? Passing the values from main program to subprogram. So here, so what is required? So I will declare something called as what? Data division. Fine. So inside the data division, so I'll write something called as what? Working storage section. So I will declare some variables like 0, 1, like X, picture class 9 of 2. Also declare something Y. So picture class 9 of 2. Fine. Now see what happened. I'm giving some values to is 10. I'm giving value as what? 20 to Y. So here what I'm doing, so we are calling the subprogram, but I'm giving something called as what? Using X comma Y. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to pass the values to a subprogram, so which is nothing but using X and Y. So the values of X and Y will be carry forward to a subprogram. So that means what? Even our subprogram should be ready to accept this. Our subprogram should be ready to accept this. So that's where I'm writing something called as a data division. Inside a data division, so you cannot use working storage section here. So what we have to use, right? Linkage section. In a linkage section, I'm declaring a variable called as what? X, and I'm giving picture class 9 of 2, and I'm declaring something called as what? Y, picture class 9 of 2. So what is the purpose of linkage section, guys? So whatever the values which you are passing, to capture in the subprogram, so we have to use linkage section, guys. So here I'm using what? Using X comma Y. Using X comma Y. So inside the subprogram, so let us try to display something called as what? X. And let us try to display the value of Y. Fine. So this way, so we are passing the values from main program to subprogram. So these are the things required, guys. Calling subprogram using X and Y, and we are writing the same using statement here. And this variable has to be declared as part of linkage section, not as part of working storage section, guys. Now what happens? See, I'm executing this. So see, you will get the values which are passing from main program are getting displayed in the subprogram. Let's suppose if I'm modifying these values, let's suppose I'm giving like 30 and 40, the same values will be carried forward to a subprogram. Hope you are understanding, guys. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Everybody who are new to COBOL, who have just started with the COBOL, everybody. If you are not understanding, let me know. So what is linkage section, guys? It is act as a linkage. That means it will act as a linkage between a main program and the sub program. So we are doing something called as what? Call subprogram using X comma Y. So that means what? We are calling the subprogram by passing 30 and 40 values to a subprogram. And in the subprogram, how you are capturing? In the procedure division, you are writing something called as what? Using X and Y. And then, and declaring these variables in linkage section, and we are trying to display the values. Hope it's clear. Any questions?
Sorry, calling should be.
Sorry?
Calling is something should be. because for display, you're just placing the
Sorry, actually your voice is breaking. If you can type it, that would be good. Otherwise, can you please try
okay,
speaking
sir.
again?
Okay, sir.
Fine. Your voice is breaking. Okay.
Yes, sir. Name of sending and receiving variable should be same or different.
Yeah, I will say that. Okay. That is our next concept. Yeah. Fine. So here, so we are passing the values like x and y. Here we are passing in the same way. Is it mandatory to should be in the same order? So what is the value we'll get here? What is the value of y? Yeah, the subprogram name should be given in single quotes, earlier. This is a program name. So this is what you are asking, I believe, right? Okay, fine. So here, see what I'm giving. I'm using something called as what x and y and x. So here I'm giving like xy. Here I'm giving yx. So now what is the value of x you will get? What is the value of y you will get, guys? Any assumptions? Any answers from your side, guys?
Same.
Yes, interchange, sir. Run 30, 40, 40, 30.
You will get 40 and 30, right? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
definitely you will get 40 and 30. So try to understand one thing. So here the or so the thing is like it doesn't matter what is the names here and it doesn't matter what is the names here. So it will always map to first variable data to first variable, second variable data to second variable. Is that clear? Right. So let me show you something else. Okay. So here let me give something called as what I will declare a variable called as what a. I'll declare a variable called as what b. It doesn't matter. Names are completely changed. Names are completely changed. Right. Will I get the values now or not? So what you will get? Value of a, value of b. No answers.
Definition should be the same in program and subprogram. So things variable.
Exactly. So it will be 30 and 40 itself. Doesn't matter. So the thing is
Muted.
the only matters is what, guys? The number of variables which you are passing and number of variables which you are receiving should be same. So what happened? The x value will be moved to a and y value will be moved to b. So that means what? So that means what? The values click, it will be common. It will be common. So that x value to a, y value to b. Right? First variable value to variable, second variable value to a second variable. Likewise, there are no limitation. You can pass n number of values, guys. You can pass what? N number of values. So can I receive back? Can I receive back numbers like from a main subprogram to a main program? So let me declare one variable called as what? Z. So picture class 9 of 2, something like this, right? Now what happens is, so I'm declaring a variable called as what? C. So picture class 9 of 2. Now plus b, right? And here after calling the subprogram, I'm trying to display Z. So what you will get here?
Muted.
Some computation or mathematical operation in the subprogram, and we are reverse backing. We are sending back this value to main program. So that means what? You will get Z as third. Sorry, guys. So what you are saying?
You didn't use C, sir.
Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, see here. So now if I execute it, so definitely you will get the desired result. So what you are getting? 70. So it doesn't matter I'm performing a computation. Very simple. See, what I will do is like move like 60 to C. So then also we'll get. So definitely in the main program, Z will have 60. So that means what, guys? So this way, so previously what previous example was like, so we are passing the values from main program to subprogram. Now we are passing the value from subprogram to main program. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Can I give value clause in the linkage section? So for example, I'm just commenting this. So here, can I give value clause, guys? Can I? Yes, no.
Yes.
Can I?
Yes, sir.
We can give, let me display C here, see. Let me display C. What happens? Are you getting the values? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Nothing. You will, even though you are assigning the values, these variables will get refreshed whenever we are calling this. So whenever we are calling this, what is the value of Z, guys, here? 0. That's the reason it is always hold 0. It will always hold 0. That means what? It is doesn't matter what is the value you are giving in a linkage section. What is the value you are giving in linkage section, right? So this is a simple example how to pass the data from main program to subprogram and subprogram to main program. So with this simple example, we have learned that. So any questions so far? Any questions? Fine. I'm considering as no. Fine. So let's move on. So with some more examples. Fine. Now see. So we have seen like how to pass the values from main program to subprogram and subprogram to main program as well. Right. Now let us try to understand something. Right. Okay. So we are calling a subprogram. So using these variables, right? Using these variables. So that means what? So whatever the modifications we are doing in the subprogram will be reflected in the main program or not. See, let us try to understand this. I'm adding 10 to A comma B comma C. I'm just removing everything here. So I'm giving something like what? 10. I'm giving what? 20. And I'm giving something called as what? Value as 30. Value as what? 30. Now I'm trying to display X. I'm trying to display what, guys? Y. And also try to display something called as what? Z. Fine. So I'm trying to display this. So that means what? Previously, what were the values before calling? Before calling, if I display
25.
yeah, so it's like what? 10, 20, 30. The same values, right? Whatever we are giving. Right. But after calling, the values get modified with ABC. That means what? 10 is getting added. So X will become 20, Y become 30, Z will become 40.
40.
Right. So this way, so you are incrementing. See. So previously these are the values. After calling the subprogram, so it is incrementing by 10. Let's suppose you want to stop happening this. You want to stop happening this. For example, see, I'm here displaying the values. I'm displaying something called as what? A. I'm displaying something called as what? B. And also something called as what? Display C. Is it clear? Now what happens? See, if I'm executing, you can see in the subprogram also. So you will be getting same values, right? 20, 30, 40 and 20, 30, 40. So these are the main values. These are the subprogram values, and these are the main program variables again. So after calling, these are what. So let's suppose see, I don't want to modify the values in the subprogram, guys. Okay, so sorry. So whatever the modifications happen in the subprogram should not reflect in the main program. So how do you achieve this, guys?
Call by content.
by content. By content. If I'm executing this, see what happens. Okay. Syntax is wrong. Yeah. Thing is like what? See what happens? The subprogram modifications happened. Yes or no? But in the main program, the modifications are not happened. So hope you are understanding. So what is call by content? So this is called as what, guys? Call by content. That means what? So modifications done in the subprogram will not reflect in the main program. So try to understand this. If you want to achieve this, you are using something called as call by content. We have another call called as what, guys? Call by reference. Call by reference. This is by default call. Even if you are mentioning by reference or not, so it will take call by reference as a default call, guys. So in this case, what happened? Whatever the modifications you are doing in the subprogram are getting reflected in the main program as well. Hope you are understanding the difference. So in a definition perspective, these are called as what? Actual parameters. These are called as what? Formal parameters. That means what? If a formal parameters are updating, it will not reflect in the actual parameter. This is called as what? Call by content. Whereas if you are modifying the formal parameters and these are reflecting in the main parameters, which are nothing but actual parameter. So this is called as what? Call by reference. Hope you understood the difference between this. Call by value, call by content. Both are same actually. Call by reference and call by content. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who are just new to this programming like Anand and Ilya, are you understanding this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, right?
Sir, I have
Fine. So this is the same. Yeah, tell me.
program.
Sorry, Leah, same problem. Your voice is breaking. So if you can type it, that would be better. What about others? Is that clear? Understandable? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. By reference is the default call, guys. By reference is the default call. In
Muted.
mainframe environment, guys. It's clear, Ilya? Fine. So let's move on. So let's try to understand more about this calling and all. All right. Now see, so we have seen that some modifications happening perfectly. So let's target some more thing. Let us try to understand. So I will explain the static call and dynamic call separately, but I will give some small glance over here, guys. Okay, I'll give some small glance. So let me go back to previous programs. Let me use something. Fine. So here I'm calling a program name directly, right? So instead of that, I will declare one variable called as what? PGM name, guys. Okay, I'm declaring something called as what? PGM name. I'm giving something called as a picture class A of 8. Something I'm giving some
Muted.
Static call, what is dynamic call. So presently, I'm just explaining you calling a program name is called as what? Calling a variable name, which variable name holding the program name is called as what? Dynamic call. So that is what. So we are deciding so far. So hope the operation is same, but there is a lot of difference between this. I will explain you in future classes, but not now. So while we start working with a mainframe environment, so I will start explain this concept again, guys. Fine. So just one liner statement, just remember. So calling a program name directly called as what? Static call, and calling the variable name is called as what? Dynamic call. Is that clear? Fine. So we'll discuss more about it in the future classes. Fine. Now see. So the next concept is, let me write it. Fine. So here I will not declare any variables in the main program, right? I'm just calling the subprogram, guys. That's it. Fine. So it is in display main program, and calling the subprogram is also not required. I'll just use program name directly here. So no need of using is reference also, because this is a by default call. I'm just removing this. This is also not required. This is also not required. Fine. Now see, I'll declare something called as what? Working storage section in the subprogram, guys. What I'm doing? Working storage section. So here I'm declaring one variable. Sorry, what I'm doing? Yeah, sorry. I'm declaring one variable called as what? A picture class 9 of 2 something. Right? No need of any linkage section, because I'm not passing any variables. I'm removing this. Even I'm removing this because I'm not passing any variables. Fine. So what I'm doing is add 10 to A. And I'm displaying something called as what? Value of A. What I'm doing? Display value of A. And removing everything, guys. Removing everything. So what is the answer you will get here? So just you will get a display of 10 or not. Just you will get a display of 10. Right. So now see, I'm calling this subprogram again. Now what happens? What is the value you will get?
2 times 10.
10 on
2 times 10. Okay. So actually you will get 10 and 20. You will get 10 and 20. If I'm calling this program again, if I'm just calling this program again, so this time you will get what? 30. So that means what? So whenever we are calling a subprogram, it will hold the values of previous call and then add the value to the new call again. So hope you are understanding this point. That means what? Previous values are getting carry forward. Previous values are getting carry forward. Is that clear? So let's suppose if I'm calling the program name again. So what happened? This time you will get 40. This time you will get what? 40. Yes or no? But I don't want this behavior. This is a default behavior, guys. This is a default behavior, but I don't want this type of behavior. So whenever I'm calling the program name, it should always behave as a fresh call. It will always behave as a fresh call. That means what? Always I should get value as 10 only. So what I have to do? What I have to do? So we have to give something called as what? Is initial. So what we have to do here? So we have INITIL. Fine. So this is what we have to mention. So subprogram, and we have to give what? Is initial. So what happened? This will always behave as a fresh call. This is always behave as a fresh call. Hope you are understanding the difference between without is initial and with is initial. Is that clear? It is just initializing the values whenever we are calling. So every time you will get 10 as an answer. Hope it's clear. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now see, let's suppose for the first 2 times calls, I'm fine with, I don't want this initial to be used because I want to carry forward for the first 2 times calls, but for the third time call, I want to behave it as a fresh call again. So that's where we will use something called as what? Cancel. That's where you will use something called as what? Cancel subprogram, guys. So here what happened for the first two times? So while we are calling, you will get 10. So here you will get what? 20. And then we are canceling this. That means what? The entries of the previous values will be deleted. And whenever we are calling this program again, so you will get what? 10, 20 again. So let's see the outputs. Then you may get some clarity. Hope it's clear. See, because I have cancelled this previously, what? 10 is the value, it is displaying here, 20 is the value here displaying. We are cancelling the program, then again 10, again 20. Hope it's clear.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
If I'm cancelling the program again here below this, in this case, you will get 10, 20, 10, 10.
10.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is how as main programming and subprogramming deals with. So based on the situation, let's suppose you have a requirement. So every time a subprogram is calling, I have to behave it as a fresh call. Then so give directly is initial. So but sometimes you will get a requirement. So it has to carry forward the previous called values. So in that case, go with a concept called as what? Cancel. So whenever you don't want to carry forward the previous values, use something called as what? Cancelling of the subprogram. So what happens? The previous entries will get deleted automatically. Hope the concept is clear. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
Fine. So I'm taking it as no. Fine. I'm taking it as no. Fine. So I think so. This is the concept we have seen today. So we have seen so far like what we have discussed is like so we have seen arrays, we have seen dynamic arrays, and so we have seen more concepts, and we have also seen like subscript indexed, and we have also seen like search and search all. So what are difference and all. So we have seen today including search all. So we have seen like main program and subprogramming techniques. Fine. So that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. So tomorrow we'll come up with a new topic. Any questions?
Sir, in program ID, if it is initial means it will affect the program name, because if it's program ID will not affect the program name.
I'm not hearing correctly. Can you please repeat your question?
Program ID means it's just a program name, but it will not affect the programs. How it will affect if we give the initial?
Okay, is initial, because that's what I'm saying, right? If you are giving is initial, so whenever I'm calling, it will behave like it will set the values to initial state. So it will initialize all the variables which are present in the subprogram.
Yes. But we're giving in the program ID now, sir. How it will affect the
Yeah,
ID name?
that is the syntax.
Okay.
That is the syntax. So I am not creating that. So IBM has given that.
Okay, I can suggest it out.
Okay, yeah.
The call by value means.
Fine, guys. Call by value means
Sir?
call by value, call by content, both are same.
Okay. Okay.
Call by value, call by content, both are same. And we have something called call by reference. So reference is like, so subprogram modifications will reflect in the main program. Call by value and call by content, subprogram modification will not reflect in the main program. So previously what we have seen is like with respect to main program variables, right? So we are carrying forward. But this example which I'm showing now, so this is with respect to subprogram variables, guys. Okay, the one which you have discussed now, just now. So this with respect to what? Subprogram variables. This is also important. Clear? Rama, sir, what will happen? We are giving go back after a call statement in main program. In main program, just it will pass the control to so previously see whenever you are executing executing a stop happens means it will stop all the services which are allocated to a main program and then exit the program. But if you are just giving a go back, so it will try to find out to an operating system, but all the services will not get closed. So it will have a impact. So if you are not closing the services, the utilization will be increases and the charges will be more, guys, right? So that's the reason if you just want to not use the resources after completion of the program, just to go with stop run. So if you are using a go back, still the resources will be active, and so it will take some time. So we have something also, so resource stopper. So what happens is it will check the timeline after 1 hour, half an hour. If there is any resource open, it will just close the open resources, guys. So preferable is in main program always use stop run. Clear? So, but whereas in CICS programs, you will always use go back only. Reason behind CICS program should be always in a running mode, whereas batch program should be stop and execute mode. So execute it after completion of the task, stop it. Fine. So whereas CICS, it will always should be in a executing mode. Hope it's clear, Rama.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any other question, guys? If no question, then we are going to wind up. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. So we'll catch up tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.